Ah, there we go. It's good to plug in the controller, or it doesn't it doesn't work all that well. So we're gonna new game. Da 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 da. What? Oh goodness. So I'm going to start a new game today. Because I had noticed that some of my original streams for this game, Secret of Mana, had a little bit of a high-pitched screech sound, and I think I might have corrected it now. I hope I corrected it now, but we shall see. And also, I had my YouTube account sort of... There was an unfortunate accident, so I sort of had to delete all of my content. So we're going to start from scratch. So here we go. So we're going to... Oh, this is very difficult for me. I do not delete information. This is... If anyone has ever seen Sword Art Online, this is like Kirito having to delete all of his items when he got to Elfine Online. It's physically painful to delete data for me. Oh, let's see. Should we stick with the original Japanese? Go with English? English, because it's good to read it. And it's going to be speaking, so I suppose the audio should probably be in something that everyone's going to be able to understand. Stick with English. And we will keep our default name. Yes. Why mess with the good thing?
Long ago, the world prospered and humanity thrived thanks to a power known as mana. However, humans soon sought to use mana to create the ultimate weapon, a floating battleship called the Mana Fortress. This greedy arrogance angered the gods, who in turn unleashed vicious beasts into the world. A violent war between the mana beasts in the fortress engulfed the world in poison and fire, until mana had all but disappeared. In humanity's bleakest hour, a hero wielding the mana sword appeared and destroyed the fortress. The world was left in shambles, and yet humanity persevered, and there was peace throughout the land. But as time passes, so history repeats.
Hey! Guys! Wait! Up! Whoa!
Shh! Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
You really believe that old fib? The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away.
That face.
But I did hear Grandma say she saw something shiny by the falls when she was little.
Maybe it's treasure. Let's go find it.
Help! I'm gonna fall!
Oh, that just must hurt. Considering how shallow that water apparently is. You're standing in it.
Oh,
Ouch. There's no way back up. Now what am I gonna do?
So, since I'm starting all of this from scratch again, including all of my descriptions and explanations for everybody who's watching or going to watch, the reason why my profile name is called The Blind Gamer, it's actually very literal. My visual acuity is almost down to absolutely nothing. Which means I'm going to be running into walls a lot, so if people are watching me going, "Turn! Turn!" that's probably the reason why I'm not turning.
Listen.
You know, other than the fact that I can't hear you telling me to turn. So I'm actually playing this game mostly from memory. As horrifying as that might be. Really?
Listen.
Yeah, that's just creepy.
Huh?
Okay, so we're over the bridge.
The village is this way, but I'll never get through here without a weapon.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I thought it was supposed to happen, but for some reason, it didn't trigger. Back in the water, run for the sword. Creepy adult voice whispering in your ear, because that's not strange.
Take a sword.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who are you? And what's a sword doing here? Too bright! What's with this light? Oh! Ghost!
Listen. I entrust the sword to you.
Huh? What do you mean? Ugh, what's up with this sword? The light's fading already. Oh, I have to get back to the village!
Okay, so for those who don't know the backstory to this game, your main character, this kid, is roughly anywhere between 10, 14 years old.
I can cut my way through with it.
So you're a kid in apparently medieval times. You just fell down a waterfall. You ran into a ghost, and you pulled a sword out of a rock in the middle of a river. And your biggest concern is, oh god, I gotta get back to the village. That's the most courageous child under the age of 15 I've ever heard of.
Whoa! What's a rabbi doing in a place like this?
Okay, as I said earlier, I really am a blind person. So the fact that I am dodging any of this is impressive beyond belief. Wow, that didn't even hit me. It was sort of parried. That's cool. So I'm probably gonna have to, between my now and my next stream, when I'm not streaming, gonna have to adjust some settings on my TV, because to me, all of this is green. Like, there's one color on the screen and it is green. That's how bad my eyesight is. So... I'm sure once I do a little bit of tweaking to the contrast and shading, it'll be a lot easier for me to not get hit and dodge these rabbit-looking creatures with a little bit more ease. They're actually called rabites. Aha! You know, the nice thing about this game is that typically when an enemy attacks you, it makes a sound, and they don't normally attack you when they're right on top of you. So it actually is a great assist for someone like me to know that, okay, I hear the sound, swing the sword, at the very least I might get away from getting hit. Possibly hit the enemy. Ooh, level up.
Take that!
I was actually going to stop streaming for a while. My eyesight's actually been getting a lot worse, and it's been a little depressing that I can't do what I enjoy doing, which is playing video games. It's sort of been my hobby since I was a kid. But I've caught the last few live streams of another YouTuber. His name is Josh. He's the Aging Gamer. Awesome guy, great channel. Treasure chest. It I was chatting with him a little bit back and forth while he was streaming and gaming, and it sort of gave me the little bit of the push that I needed to get back into it and to stop feeling sorry for myself. And I've been trying to not get all depressed and down and miserable about being visually impaired, because I'm actually legally blind, so I mean, just to walk outside in broad daylight, it's physically painful for me because it hurts my eyes that badly. So I'll walk outside and there's just nothing but white. Like, there's... all you see is, like, glare. It's like looking through a bathroom mirror right after a hot shower and shining a light on it. You know, that's all you see. And it's only, like, in one small spot because that's all I can see through. So... So here's a good way of giving everybody an example. Where my character is right now versus the door of the shop or house. If I'm looking at my character right now, directly at him, I can't see the door. That's how narrow my vision is. Now when I'm standing here in the green, everything looks green. It just, color and lighting really mess with me. But, you know, I deal with it. You know, it's the hand that my life was dealt, and I try to make the best of it. So, I believe this is an item shop.
On an errand for the Elder?
It is.
Dawdle.
I really like that they kept the
What'll it be?
merchants dancing. That was a really big thing in the original game. So, it's great that they kept this mechanic. It doesn't really do anything, but it's, you know, like tipping your hat off to the original. The nostalgia is very real right now. So buy, knocking candy. This does nothing for me. Oh, how nice. This will help me level up. That's cool. Aw.
Anything else? Come again.
I don't have any coins or enough coins to buy it. I don't want to have to spend my time grinding on a live stream. I think I did that last time, and it got a little... what's the word? Monotonous for some people. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that.
There's an unfamiliar face in here.
Really? This is a village of maybe 7 people. So anybody will be an unfamiliar face.
I think that guy is a knight. What's he doing in a little village like ours?
See, he has a cape, he's wearing armor, he has a sword. Yep, probably. Did you ask him what we're doing in the village? No? Oh, strong but silent type. That's cool.
Oh, it's you. Elliot just stopped by, but he didn't look too good. What happened?
So I actually have one person on my live stream. That's cool. Seeing as I'm not going to be able to see any type of chat that's happening on my TV screen, because that's just asking way too much of my eyesight, I'm sort of cheating, and I have my phone linked to my YouTube, so I can see my chat from there.
Oh, you're all right. Elliot just told me what happened.
I thought you were a goner.
That's why I told you not to bring someone like him along.
You idiots! None of you were supposed to wander into that area.
Ah, the good old days when, you know, the adults can tell the kids, you're an idiot for doing something stupid. Because it's no longer, you know, child abuse and all of that nonsense.
What's that you have there? Oh no, it couldn't be.
Cool! Did you find the treasure?
Way to go!
And they were just complaining that, oh, we shouldn't have brought you along because, you know, reasons. And now they're praising you because supposedly you found the treasure. Wow, popularity just swings in every which direction.
What have you done? That's the mana sword. There's no way you could have pulled it free.
Mana sword? But legend says the village will be destroyed if it's removed.
I never thought it'd come to this. The mana sword is said to protect the village from disaster. But now...
Aha! So you're the reason all those monsters are attacking. You yanked
So here's
out the
a
sword
fun-
and doomed the whole village.
Wow.
Hey,
Abuse.
stop! Shut up. It's all your fault.
So, here's a fun little tidbit. They just said that, oh, the mana sword of legend that protects the village as if it's been there for centuries. Spoilers, if you don't want to hear this, skip ahead. But the previous wielder of the mana sword was your father, so it could only have been there for maybe 15 years maximum. So that's a really quick time for a legend to be born, and for it to be passed down through, you know, one generation.
Hold down and study the enemy's movements to look for an opening.
Right, because I can dodge things like that. That's ridiculous.
It takes more than that.
Do I? I do. I really shouldn't be using, my healing items. I mean, not that candy's all that expensive in this game. Oh, that hurt. Wow, he's hitting me while I'm down. What a terrible creature. I mean, it's just messed up. What the heck? Anyway, but there we go. If you die in this fight because it's your initial boss fight, you'll automatically get revived and healed. You don't have to worry about a game over. So you don't really need to use your healing items. I just have this thing about dying.
You did well. Wait there. I'll pull you up.
I also have this thing about using healing items too.
I didn't do nothing.
Coward.
You seem to be in possession of the real mana sword. This is troubling.
Why is that?
Legend says the sword can only be retrieved by a knight when the world is in peril. But you are far too young for such a responsibility. Something must be wrong with the mana sword.
Wow.
Here, you take it.
No, I cannot. The sword has lost its power. It must be restored. Only the one who pulled it free can do that.
Then, what should I do?
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace. The sage has protected these lands for over 200 years. You would do well to listen to her advice.
Hey! The Elder wants you to come to his house.
I'll be off. I have duties to attend. My name is Jibba, and I'll be waiting for you at the Water Palace.
Right. But, yeah, you'll probably notice throughout this game, although I may break my typical habits. Usually in games, I don't even touch my healing items. I'm sort of a collector/hoarder junkie. It's such a rarity for me to use potions or elixirs or healing herbs in any game I play. Because I can just use magic, typically, and not have to worry about it.
Elder, we can't ignore this.
Okay, listen to this conversation. This is kind of messed up. Remember, your character is maybe 13, 14 maximum years old. So listen to what they do to the child of the village.
We're at our wits' end. Who knows when another monster will appear?
Oh, it's you. You've really done it this time. That sword has protected us for years. Once you removed it, the monsters started attacking the village.
It's settled. We can't let him stay in the village anymore. He'll just bring more monsters.
Go!
Get out of here.
Yeah, leave here now.
I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I banish you from this village. There's a treasure chest downstairs. Take the contents and be on your way.
So they just kicked out a kid who's under the age of 15. And they just kicked him out of the village. You're on your own, there's no help, nothing.
I knew something bad was going to happen. Curse my intuition.
I'll be kinda lonely, but it's all your fault anyway.
Wow.
We're in danger as long as you're here. Please leave.
She was at least nice about it.
This is all because you removed the sword. Go away.
I took you in as a child, but there's nothing more I can do for you. Forgive me.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention, you're actually the orphan child of the village. You were left here. Well, you know what, actually, now that I think about it, I shouldn't say you were just left here, but it's not like your parents purposely abandoned you. It was sort of a no-choice thing, but you're the orphan in the village. And they're just kicking you out.
I took you in as a child, but there's nothing more I can do for you. You wouldn't remember. You were just a baby. But I was there when your mother first came to this village. After she disappeared, I did my best to raise you. But today is the day we must part ways. I hope that you find your mother again someday.
It's kind of messed up, isn't it? Now remember, you just got kicked out of the village and you're not allowed to come back. You've been banished, so this is the last time you can do anything in this village. And listen to what the merchant says to you.
I'm only selling you stuff because the Elder said I had to. When you're done, get out of here.
That's messed up.
Welcome. What'll it be?
And then he still says welcome. That's just funny.
Anything else? You have to equip the armor before it'll have any effect. Got it? Now scram.
He is kind of a jerk, but he is giving you good advice, so, you know. Oh. I guess I don't have any healing items at all left. I only have the one. Good to know. Well, I'm not going to go bother talking to the other villagers because they're just going to be jerks, so I'm going to helle on out of here. Oh yes, I'm from Hawaii, so if you don't understand some of the terms I use, it's okay.
By order of the Elder, you have been banished from Poto's village. Now be gone!
You mean by order of the Elder who got pressured into it by the rest of the village because you're a bunch of cowards? Yep, pretty much. Attack of the Killer Flower. When nature strikes back. Oh, hello. Mushroom down. So, for people who've never played this game before, you're going to probably notice that when I attack creatures or monsters throughout the game, I'm not going to just button mash it because it doesn't really work that well in this game. I will hit it, wait for that click sound. Hear it? Because your attack gauge needs to recharge itself. So if you hit it when it's at 100%, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a hit, assuming that your attack power is strong enough. There, that click sound, that tells you that it's done recharging. Now if you just go over there and just whack it, you're going to be here for a while. And sometimes you won't even be striking it. Versus, you know, takes maybe 2 full charge hits to kill something. One, 2. Boom, done. You know, I actually am not going to go this way. It's not the right way you're supposed to be going anyway, and I know that, but I was going to go do something a little bit different first than what I typically do, but might as well just stick with the original instructions. By instructions, I mean Gemma said go to the water palace, so if you kept going down, you'd reach Pandora. Oh, hello. I missed! A lot of people who played the original were kind of, you know, there are ups and downs about this remake for the PS4, but I have to admit, I'm very pleased with the end result. There are a couple quirks in it, but For the most part, it's a game that I would really like to play over and over with my niece or nephew if they ever decide to jump on with me. Oh, here's a fun fact that a lot of people didn't know. The original Secret of Mana game on Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo was only a 2-controller system. This game, at the time, could play up to 3 players if you had a split adapter.
Pandora has sent us to fight Elene, the witch who lives in the haunted forest.
There's a shortcut warp that leads straight to the witch, but you need a whip to cross this chasm.
Pandora has sent us to fight Elene, the witch who lives in the haunted forest.
That's our leader, Major Diluc. He's young, but no one doubts his skills. He knows how dangerous this mission is, but I've never seen the Major waver.
Major Diluc, sir! All set!
Understood. Stay focused, men. Let's...
There are tidbits in this game you need to pay attention to, like what they just said. You know, there is a shortcut through a warp point, but you need a whip, which obviously you do not have, so... But it's something to, you know, keep in mind for later.
Let's go.
I really like what they did with the music score to this game. It's very similar to the original, but they have a nice remake. It's not over the top, but it's updated, I guess is a good way of putting it.
Uh-oh. Where's Luca? I guess I'll ask that girl over there. Hey, where do I find Luca?
Mind your manners.
Did he say something rude?
It's nice to see you again, Sage Luca.
You're very welcome.
Wait, you mean this little girl is 200 years old?
Now he said something rude. This is when you would want to say, you know, mind your manners. Because that was kind of rude.
Luca, monsters have started invading villages. This young boy just fought one himself.
You underestimate my intelligence. World news flows into this palace with the water's own currents.
Wow, snap.
Mana grows ever weaker. That could explain how this child was able to take the sword from its place of rest.
I love the... You underestimate my intelligence. That's...
His actions caused the balance of mana in this area to shift. Beasts are now rampaging across the land again. Evil in the world is working to seal away the power of the mana sword forever. By defeating monsters and obtaining their orbs, you can reforge and restore the sword's mana power.
I like how everybody just assumes it's something you did. Like, it wasn't part of your, you know, the whole Grand Destiny thing that every other game in the world pretty much has. But it's, oh, you did something wrong and now this is the result. No, this is what was supposed to happen.
It looks like your sword regained some power from vanquishing the Mantis Ant. There are more hidden orbs with the mana power to revive the sword. You must find them.
because, you know, if he actually did something wrong and this is not what was meant to happen, then you would probably be going, oh crap, what are we going to do now? Because clearly this is a kid who wasn't supposed to have the sword. So all of these steps that need to be done to revive the sword couldn't possibly be done because this is not the person who's supposed to have it.
Gemma, I want you to keep an eye on the Empire. It seeks the Mana Fortress's power.
Fortress? Like the one that destroys the world in that fairy tale?
This is no fairy tale. We're talking about the real Mana Fortress, and the Empire that wants its power.
The Empire will try to break the seals on the Mana Seeds in each palace. I've already caught some Empire spies snooping around my own palace.
There are strange reports coming in from Pandora.
I do not know. Gemma, you should request an audience with the king and tell him to be wary of the Empire.
Sorry, I think I cut it off there for a second.
Understood. I'll leave now. Head for the cave in Gaia's navel. There's a dwarf blacksmith that lives in the area. Dwarves are known for their weapon-making skills. You should see if they can reforge the sword. As the sword becomes more powerful, your skills will improve, and you'll learn more abilities.
Really? I thought the more that you use a weapon in general increases your skill, not just adding magical stones to it.
What frightens you so?
I'm just going to select one because it really doesn't matter which one you select.
You wield the legendary Mana Sword, but its power has faded. Now it's hardly better than a normal weapon. It used the last of its power to choose a new master.
Okay, so it used the last of its power to choose its new master, which apparently was me. And yet you said I did something wrong. So that's a little hypocritical.
Eons ago, the ancients used their war machine, the Mana Fortress, in a final battle against the gods. It's not a fairy tale like you were told as a child. As the battle raged and the world reached its end, a hero came with a sword and saved us all. The few who remained rebuilt the world, hoping to protect Mana from those who would abuse it. If the Empire restores the fortress, they'll drain the world of Mana power. You must restore the Mana Sword to full power before then, or the world will be destroyed.
So, where do I fit in?
You must become a hero who is worthy of the sword. Come, hold the sword up to the seed on the altar.
What happened?
The seed and the sword have now synchronized with each other. Now, no matter where you are in the world, this Mana Seed can grant power to your Mana Sword. You found one of the 8 palaces. Now you must visit the others and obtain the powers of their seeds. I worry about you out in the world with only a rusted sword. Take this spear I imbued with holy water. Use it along with the Mana Sword, and it too will regain its true power. I'll heal you. Would you like to save the game?
Yeah, well, let's save the game. There's no harm in it.
First, take Gemma's advice and head to Gaia's navel. There you can find the underground palace. To reach Gaia's navel, head south through the kingdom of Pandora.
Cool. And just because I'm going to be nosy and I'm going to go look around. You know, I swear that there used to be something in here in the original game. Like, there was a chest or something. I could be wrong. But I really thought there was one. Alright. So let's head out of the palace. And since my sword skill is as high as it's gonna get right now, wow, epic fail. Nice. Well, just for fun, let's go say hi to Nico.
Welcome to Neko's. Do me
Oh, excuse me, Neko's. Nico, Neko, tomato, tomato.
Oh, you're interested. What'll it be? Well, I'm kind of busy. Do me a favor and scat.
Well, I actually think I'm going to call it for now. I'll pick it up maybe a little bit later, but for now, I'm gonna call it. So I guess at the very least, I'll save my game with Neko.
Welcome to Neko. Oh, mere 30 GP. A good night's sleep would be perfect. Don't you agree?
Yeah, why not?
This is terrible.
Hey, he does a dialogue on his own. I didn't know that. Yeah, see, you learn something new every day.
I should never have followed Elliot and Timothy. Who accidentally pulls out the mana sword anyway? now the Elder's wrath is the least of my worries. How am I gonna survive in exile? When did my life become such a tragedy?
Drama.
You will be fine.
Luca? Wait, where's her voice coming from?
You should know better. I'm always there with you.
That's creepy.
Are you protecting me?
Yes, I will protect the one the Mana Sword has chosen. Know that you have people on your side during your journey.
Chosen? So, does that make me a hero? Like the legends?
We shall see.
Hero has a nice ring to it. Well, a hero can't be seen with some rusty old blade like this one. I'll head to Dwarf Village first thing tomorrow.
If it makes you happy, I'm glad you have a purpose now.
Lighten up, Luca. Things will work out. After all, I've got you watching my back.
You don't disappoint.
That was cool. So we will once again save. I swear to God, if I end up deleting my other profile, I'm gonna get really upset. Okay, everybody, so I'm gonna call it, well, maybe not call it a day, but I'm gonna call this stream for now. So I will talk to you all later, and you guys have a great one. Peace out.